Hello, this is Gio, and one of my ongoing projects is to reconstruct this rail here for this staircase. I've already took out kind of a half wall and then replaced it with these oak rails here. And one of the last things I have to do, along with just finishing everything up, is to put these base molding pieces to hide these support brackets. Now, I was fortunate when I purchased these oak posts that they actually came with some molding pieces already cut. Now, if you can't find these pre-cut, you could always find appropriate molding and cut them to size. And you can see that they're kind of beveled at 45 degrees, and they just nicely hide the brackets to the posts. So, but first we have to go ahead and stain these molding pieces to match the posts, and that's what we'll do next. So I'm just using this Minwax clear tint. It's pretty washable, water cleanup, and so I'm just going to use, you could use gloves if you want to. I'm not that concerned with staining my hands. So, and this will match. It just gives it a little bit of a tint and matches the posts that I have up there. So you just grab an old rag and just kind of rub it in until it's generally pretty easy to use. You can't really over apply it. You can just rub off the excess, and it just kind of gives it a nice little tint. So we'll go ahead and do this with all of the molding pieces, and then go ahead and install them. So now that we're done staining the pieces, what you want to do first is just to kind of arrange them all around and make sure that they're fitting properly. So just loosely fitted. They are generally good. There's a few gaps, and which we'll plug up a little later with some wood filler, but we're ready to go ahead and nail these in. So what I'm going to use today is just a finishing nailer, and I have 1.5" finish nails here. You could also just use just finishing nails with a hammer and just countersink them in. But since I already have a compressor and a nail gun, I'll use this. Okay, so here's the tricky part, making sure that these go on as straight as possible. You want to pick the side most visible that you want essentially perfect, and kind of make sure this is the face that I think is the most critical, and then you just want to try to fit the rest of them, at least the other two sides, in place, just to make sure that it is properly fitted. Okay, and then holding it in place. Now, one thing to notice is you have these metal brackets here. You can't shoot your finishing nail into those metal brackets, so you're either going to have to shoot up high or on the sides here, and I'm just choosing right up on top here. And so I'm just aiming right here, and just like that. And these holes I'll fill in with some wood filler. So the next side you do is the next most visible side, and you just want to fit it in here, and you don't really want to shoot hammer in first against the piece that's already secure. You want to go on the opposite side, so if it does push in, it'll push in against this. If you shoot here and it moves a little bit, you could be off sync. So you kind of want it to push against the existing piece. So we're just going to do this side first, and then the opposite side, just like that. And again, this little gap here I'm going to just fill in with some filler glue. have a look at the results. Now I do have a couple of nail holes here. I have to fill in a little tiny gap here. The worst part is on this side, which was the last piece. It has a little bit of a gap here. But I do have this Minwax wood putty that is, I matched the color. They come in various colors. And so I'll just use this to patch up the holes and finish up the job. This is just a damp cloth to get the extras. Okay, so I generally cleaned up and it looks a lot better than just those exposed brackets. So much more of a clean look. So I'm just going to work on some of the others and then finish up some of these rails I have to touch up. So I hope this helps you. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.